Good evening. This is iBUG episode 678 for Monday, March 31st, 2025. I am Ned Vanders, the host or the facilitator for this evening's meeting, and I want to welcome all of you joining live and all of you joining and listening to the recording of this episode on your favorite podcast. This evening's meeting is a question and answer forum covering all things iOS, the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Apple TV, voiceover apps, headphones, keyboards, and chargers. Other devices, such as the Mac, the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, and Androids, have their very own episodes on different days and times on this very same Zoom platform. iBUG also hosts several social events each month, and to give us the schedule of what's happening this week, I will now welcome Sandhya Rao. Good evening, Sandhya.
Good evening, Ned. Welcome aboard. Let me tell you what we have in store for this week. Pretty busy week. As you know, at the midpoint of today's call, we will have the halftime show, and that's when we have the big reveal of what the movie is. So definitely hang around, and we hope you'll participate with that. Then we have the AfterBuzz right after the call, and that has its own rules, and we will save that for you when you get to the AfterBuzz. That'll be right after this call. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, we have the Mac Buzz. All questions are relating to your Mac. Oh, and all times are Central Time, so adjust accordingly. And like Ned said, everything is on the same Zoom link, so it makes it nice and easy. So Tuesday, Mac Buzz from 5 to 6, all your questions. And you know what? You don't even have to have a Mac. You can still come and ask questions about your Mac or a future Mac. Thursday, we have iBUG Trekkie Talk. We are watching season 1 of Voyager, so very exciting stuff. Watch the show ahead of time and then come and share the fun and your knowledge of trivia, because I believe there's lots of that going on in that call. Then on Friday, we have 8 o'clock is the iBug Night at the Virtual Movies. Social time starts at 7:15. And that's where we have Argle Bargle, also known as who knows what could happen at that time. Hang out with your friends. Then we do a little name that tune, a few bad jokes. And then after the movie, the audio described movie, then we'll have some discussion. And then we'll have trivia after that. And we're not done yet because Saturday we have the iBug Unplugged, and it's a special one. It's Melodies and Memories, hosted by our very own Pete Lane, and that will be from 7 to 9, and we are looking forward to that. So definitely mark that on your calendar, or just stay on Zoom until then. I am sure lots of things will happen on this call. Then, what else? We have the iBug Tech Shopping Spree for a mere $10. You can help us and help yourself because you could possibly win $500. Just think what you could do with that. And you could have your choice of an Apple card, Google card, or Amazon card. And you get to do something good in the process. And to improve your chances, you can buy 6 tickets for $50. All the information is on our website. The drawing is on our 14th anniversary, which will be, I believe, May 24th, 2025. More details will be following soon. All right, with that, sorry. Visit our website. If you missed any of this information, it is all on our beautiful website, ibugtoday.org. And you can also visit, if you want to listen to our podcasts, the training podcasts, they are there on the website. They're available on YouTube and on your favorite podcasting app. And also, if you would like personal notifications of various events coming up, register. It doesn't cost anything, and you will never miss another iBUG event. All right, Ned, handing it back to you, sir.
Thank you, Sandhya. A lot of good information. Excellent. I want to remind people to please stay muted when not speaking. This helps to provide a good quality recording. Also, please state your name and wait to be recognized. This eliminates interrupting one another and speaking on top of one another. And so at this time, I will ask Julie to unmute everyone so we can go around the room introducing ourselves, where we are from, and if this is our first time on the iBug Buzz call. I will start by saying I am Ned in Kyle, Texas.
Raheel Ahmed from Albany, New York, where it's
Welcome.
currently 70 degrees.
Herbie in Houston.
Welcome.
Robert
From Michigan.
Arizona.
Welcome. Welcome.
Desi in Franklin, Tennessee.
Welcome.
Karen in Philly.
Welcome.
Pete in Jacksonville, and Herbie, your microphone has a really bad hum.
Welcome.
Thomas in Colorado.
Welcome.
Deb from Kansas.
Welcome.
Hi, Ned.
in Texas.
Welcome.
Amanda, California.
Welcome. Welcome.
This is Dee from the bottom of Illinois.
Welcome.
Bridget, Atlanta.
Welcome.
This is Intisar from Iowa.
Welcome. Welcome.
Marty, Philadelphia.
Welcome.
Helene in Arizona.
Welcome.
John from Boston.
Welcome. Welcome.
Leslie from Arizona.
Welcome.
Sandhya from Houston.
Welcome. Anybody else?
Danny from Illinois.
Welcome.
Ryan from the Bay in Ontario.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Cheryl from Cleveland.
Welcome.
Cindy from Chicago.
Welcome. Anyone else? Okay, if you haven't had a chance to introduce yourself this time, we'll do that at the top of the hour before the halftime show. And again, I want to remind people to stay muted until you speak, and please state your name and wait to be recognized. And so who wants to ask the first question on this last day of March?
This is Desi.
Yes, Desi?
I was wondering, this is an Apple Music question, and I was wondering, I have a lot of stuff in my Apple Music library, but I'm wondering if there is a way to find out, like if you're listening to an album or even just a song, but especially an album, find out is there a place where I can find the liner notes or any of the information about the songs? Obviously, I know who the artist is, but I'm a musician, so I like to know, who's doing all the stuff.
Okay. Who can help Desi with her question regarding liner notes and information about the songs in her Apple Music?
This doesn't sound very promising.
Okay, Raheel?
So you can you could always ask Siri for the name of the song. And
I already know the name of the song.
yeah,
Sorry, this is Desi.
yeah. Go ahead.
I just said I already know the names of the songs. I just want to find out more background information about them.
This is Herbie.
Herbie?
It's not consistent, but there are a lot of songs that will have a more info option when you do the context menu with the 3-finger double tap. I forget the exact name of it, but like the first one, there's something like show details or something like that. It's towards the top. and you might get information on a song that way.
Okay.
Also, of course, there is the mini player at the bottom where you double tap on the title of the song is playing off, and that'll get you the song lyric. And but yeah, let's see here. But yeah,
This is
sometimes
Desi.
if you might find an option for the particular song
Okay.
under the context menu.
Desi?
I was going to say, yeah, I have found the lyrics and stuff before, but that's one of the huge things that I hate now about not having the amazing CD collection I used to have, because I've found a very great lack of information. But I was just hoping that maybe somebody would go, oh yeah, well, and so I will try the three finger triple tap. Thanks, Herbie. And but
This is Pete.
if
Pete? Yes, Pete?
Just to clarify, that would be the one finger triple tap for the context menu.
Yeah, well, that's
Short
what I was
Okay,
thinking.
Desi?
Yeah.
Desi, go ahead.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, Pete. But I thought Herbie said three fingers, so I was just trying to repeat that. But yeah, thanks.
She could knock in here.
Okay. Thank you, Herbie and Pete, for this information. And if other Apple Music people are out there, maybe they could do some exploration and do some homework, and maybe come back next week and give us an update or further information on this topic.
Chico Tanaka.
Chico? Chico, did you want to speak?
Chico Tanaka, another way of getting to the context menu is you hold the screen down till you hear a little bleep peep. When you hear the bleep peep, then you release the screen, and then you enter your context menu, and then it goes through any menu. It will take you to your context menu, and then you can go for special options within the context menu. You could do this for TikTok. You could do this for settings. You could do this for basically any app you have.
Okay. Thank you, Chico. Okay, moving on. Who has our next question?
This is Thomas in Colorado.
Chico, go ahead, Thomas in Colorado.
Yeah, so this is a completely different question. So the other day, I had something interesting. I have an iPhone 12 Pro. I need to replace my phone, but I tried to use Siri, and sometimes it'll go bong, bong, and come back and say something went wrong, and it won't let me dictate. Well, this time it did that, but it would not, when I even turned the phone off and did a hard reset, and it would not, I could not dictate or use Siri for about 5 hours.
Interesting.
When I would click look for the dictation button in the bottom, it would say actively dictating, and then I would do the 2-finger double tap, and it would go bong, and I would say something, and then I'd do the 2-finger double tap, and it'd go bong, and it'd say syncing, but the text never showed up in the window.
This is Jake.
It was the weirdest thing.
Jake?
Yeah, I've commented. This happened to me. I got an iPhone 16 Pro Max. And it just seems probably a problem with the Siri, glitch with Siri, because that's happened to me where I was trying to do stuff with Siri and dictation. And the same thing happened to me. I turned off the phone, restarted the phone, did all that, and still didn't work. So I just set the phone down and went to bed, woke up the next day, it was fine. But this has happened to me a couple of times.
Okay, well, thank you, Jake.
You're welcome.
Anyone else have this issue? Pete?
Just as an aside, you guys, it's every once in a while I'll be scrolling through my RSS reader, which is a news-related app, and some of the Apple subscription articles that I read will occasionally say, did you notice that Siri was down for 5 hours today? Or did you notice that Apple Intelligence was offline or something like that? So occasionally it does happen. But I don't think you have a real-time indication of that. You just kind of keep trying, and maybe after the fact you'll read about it.
Yeah, interesting. I appreciate the info.
Thank you, Pete. That's good information. Okay, who has the next question?
This is John in Austin.
John, go ahead.
I'd like to edit one of my home pages, and I know how to do it, or Therese can do it without when voiceover isn't on, but there's some special way of doing it when voiceover is on, and I've forgotten what that is. Can someone remind me, please?
Okay, thank you for the question, John. Can someone help John with editing his homepage?
Raheel?
Raheel?
So, is there... Hold on.
Raheel, are you there?
I'm here. So basically what you want to do is you want to double tap and hold, and then until the homepage, until it says editing. Like any apps you click on is editing. So that's how you do the editing. And then if you want to finish, you swipe up with one finger to stop editing apps.
Okay, and that's
okay, John.
This is John, and that's what you do when you have voiceover on.
This is Herbie.
Herbie?
Yeah, so just to further clarify what Raheel was talking about, so what you can do is when you want to edit an application and move it, what you do is you can swipe down to where it says drag. It'll double tap that, and it'll say start editing item, and then you just what you do is you then you kind of have to move the app. This might actually be better explained as an iBUG byte for next week's, because you have to then you have to swipe around till you find where you want to move the app to. Then you swipe down, and it'll kind of say like move app above or below. And I know there's been some challenges with it lately, and I don't know if they've been resolved or not.
This is Pete.
This is Pete.
Yeah, John. Do you want to move it to another location on the same home screen page?
No, I want to delete it. I'm sorry. This is John.
You want to delete it?
I want to delete it.
Okay. Your first action, John, will be to go to that app and swipe up with one finger. There's the first item you will hear once you flick up with one finger will be edit mode. And then if you flick up another 2 times, you will get to an option that says delete. And then you single finger double tap on that. And it will probably prompt you at that point, do you really wish to delete this app? And then you would do another one finger double tap, and that would complete the action.
This is John. Thank you,
John.
Pete. Thank you, all of you.
Okay, good information. Okay, who has our next question?
Dawn from Houston.
Yes, Dawn.
I would like to know, I know this is a question that's being asked all the time, but I want to know how to turn off notifications. I've tried turning them off, and then I will still be in class and notification will still come through.
Okay, so who can help Dawn with turning off her notifications?
Jake.
Jake.
What you might want to do is put your phone in do not disturb mode.
Question.
Because that'll solve all the notifications and everything.
Jake, are you breaking up?
I don't know. I said, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. What I said is you might want to put your phone in disturb mode.
Okay.
That'll silence the notifications and incoming calls for when you're in class, so you won't disturb anybody. That's one option.
This is Herbie.
Thank you, Herbie.
Are you just trying to silence notifications, or like the entire phone? Like are you just wanting notifications to not come through, or are you wanting to silence everything like phone calls and whatnot?
Dawn? Is Dawn there to respond to Herbie? Okay, thank you, Julie. Okay, thank you, Herbie.
Yes, Dawn is here.
Okay, Dawn. Did you hear Herbie's response?
No, I didn't.
So this is Herbie. I was asking, are you trying to actually silence just the notifications on your phone, or are you wanting to silence everything, including phone calls?
silence everything, including phone calls.
Oh, well, then, like Jake said, do not disturb. That is your best friend there. And that'll silence everything, including phone calls.
This is Jake.
Nate? Or Jake?
Jake. Yeah. With disturb, what you can do, you can use focus mode. You go into settings and disturbed. Do not disturb, and you'll see settings in there. Like you could say, like, set it for don't disturb for an hour. Set it for, between these hours. Like, there's a whole bunch of options that you can go and tailor to your needs. You can fix it to the way that you want it. So that will help you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, who has our next topic, next question?
This is Thomas in Colorado.
Thomas, go ahead.
Just real quick.
With two questions.
If you don't want to go through that whole focus thing, you can touch the top of your iPhone screen where the status bar for the battery and so forth are, and then swipe up with 3 fingers, go to the control panel, and turn that off. Turn on Do Not Disturb in the control panel, so you don't have to go in settings and all that. It's just a more convenient way to access it.
Okay, thank you. I heard somebody just before Tom. Did somebody else try to get in? I thought I heard a voice.
Chico was trying to ask questions.
Okay,
Chico with 2 questions.
Chico.
Two questions is this. Do I update or do I not update? I set it for update later or update tonight. A new software just dropped. I want to know, do I update or do I not update? And then my second one is this. When I double tap the side button twice and then I enter my iPhone password, and then it says, after I enter my iPhone password, it says hold over reader. When it says hold over reader, what do you mean hold over reader? Do I pull out my credit card or my debit card and hold it over that, and it will take care of what it needs to take care of, or do I buy a reader from Best Buy and let it hold? I don't know what it means when it says hold over reader.
Okay, Chico, let's take your second question first, because that seems to be more involved than just asking whether to do the new update. So who has information regarding the second question that Chico has?
This is Deb.
Deb?
So I believe, Chico, that's that notification comes up because it thinks you're at a store purchasing on one of the readers they have at the store, like one where you would enter your credit card in the slot or whatever. So some of those terminals, in fact, most of them, I think, have the option to pay with Apple Pay. And that's what that's invoking when you push that side button twice. It's invoking Apple Pay. So that it thinks you're going to be paying for something at a store. And when it says hold over the reader, it means the terminal thing where you pay.
Thank you, Deb. Okay, and who can help Chico with the first question, to update or not to update?
This is Desi.
Desi?
Well, I would just say that that's completely a personal choice that you have to make every time. I've already updated, but that was my decision I made. It's just a personal, individual choice. If you think you want to update, update. If not, then hold off for a while.
Thank you. Okay, who has the next question?
This is Intisar.
Hi, Intisar, go ahead.
Speaking of the updates, I have a similar question. Is it good or suggested, like advice, to keep the auto update on or off? I mean, I had heard somebody says don't leave the auto on because you get to choose which one, because sometimes some update is no good. So I have mine set on auto, but I want to know what the really the right what to do for that. If
Okay, should we leave auto
the
date
best.
on or off? Who wants to
Thank you.
answer that? Who did I hear? Who wants to help Intisar with leaving auto on
This
or
is
off?
Herbie.
Herbie.
Well, just like Desi said with the previous question, it's a matter of personal choice. If you are concerned that you might get bad updates, then don't leave it on. But if you've never had a problem with updates, then just leave it, and you'll always get the latest updates. So the only time I think you'd really get a choice is like when it comes to the major updates, then it might ask you, do you want to get the latest update for, like, say, iOS 17, or do you want to update to iOS 18? But again, that's just a matter of personal choice.
Yes, I think to follow up on what Herbie said, it's a personal choice to maybe hold back to see what the feedback is from other participants and people dealing with it. And, we can be on the cutting edge of things or on the bleeding edge. So it's just a matter of personal choice.
This is Pete.
Thank you.
Yes, Pete.
I believe the auto updates relates to individual app updates. I'm not sure it relates to an iOS update, but either way, I have not had.
Sarah.
Sorry.
Wait.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I have not had a bad app in a long time. In fact, I can't remember the last time I updated an app and regretted it. So it's a personal choice, but that's mine.
Okay, Pete, thank you. Sarah?
Yeah. Again, echoing what everybody says, it's your choice, and we all make our decisions. I have mine on auto update, and I've never had it do it. So, but I update the second it comes out. I'm just really interested to see what's going to happen, and but auto update, I think, it goes in sections, and different people get it sooner than other people. And up here in Vermont, I guess we're just really late.
Yes, I think sometimes when change comes about, some people want to embrace it right away, and some people want to wait for a little more information. So it's as said, it's a matter of personal choice.
Desi?
Yes, Desi.
I just wanted to let Pete know that yes, there is automatic updates for software as for your iOS software as well. So when you go in to do a software update, if automatic updates are turned on, it will tell you that they are, and you can choose to override it and update right at that second, which is what I did a little while ago. Or you can wait, and sometimes it will say, this app or this software will update overnight, or something like that. So, but automatic updates does apply to the iOS software as well.
Yes, thank you for that clarification. I think we were talking about two things here tonight, updates to software as well as updates to the iOS. So thank you.
Robert?
Robert, go ahead, please.
Yes, I have auto updates on, and my understanding is that I always get a notification. It usually tells me it's going to update it overnight, but the auto update won't take place unless the phone is off and plugged in and nearly fully charged. If you're not plugged in, and you've got a full charge, you can get an update. You can update now. You can go into settings and update now. But usually when you have auto updates on, it wants the phone to be nearly fully charged and in a charging station, and it often says it'll do it overnight. And so that's how I usually do it. I just let it go do it overnight.
Thank you. And sometimes it'll say your phone tried to update during the night, but it didn't happen, so it'll try it again the next night. Sometimes I'll get that message on my phone.
Yes.
So, okay. Who has the next question?
Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi, if I can't answer this question, just say no, no, no. Is there any apps or anyone know how to download to use coupons like when you go to the store on the phone?
So is there an app for coupons?
This is Jake.
Jake?
Yeah, what kind of store? What's the name of the grocery store?
Mostly the Walmart.
Bridget?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You say Walmart?
Public.
They usually have an app that you can download. They have their own app, usually the stores do. And they start to put the coupons in the store apps. So if you go to the app store, look at Publix, they should have an app. If they don't have an app, then there's no way you can do the coupons. But if they have an app, then you can clip the coupons right from the Publix app.
Okay, Jake, thank you.
This is Mary Alice.
Mary Alice?
Try Ibotta. Ibotta has like items like they'll have, let's say, yogurt, and they'll have like you get, if you buy 5, you'll get $1 back, and then you buy 5, and you scan your receipt, and you'll get money back from Ibotta.
Mary Alice, how do you spell that, Ibotta?
IBOTTA.
Thank you.
And Fetch, if you have Fetch, you can scan your receipts and get points. And as many points as you get, you can turn it into a gift card.
Okay. Thank you, Mary Alice.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jody.
Okay, I'm hearing. Okay, I heard Jody and somebody else.
You want me to go first?
What did I hear you? I heard 2 at the same time. So
Shazadi and Jody. So Jody can go first.
Okay,
Shazadi
Jody.
can go first.
Okay. Okay. Jody,
No, I was just
Jody.
gonna say I'm calling from Canada, so we have an app called Flip, FLIP, and there it has many stores, and you can clip coupons and everything from all the different stores, whatever sales they have. So it has like Food Basic, Costco, Walmart, all the stores in there, and you can find a lot of coupons on there.
Okay, thank you. Good information.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
Jody.
called Flip. Did you say Flip?
Yeah, Flip, FLIP.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was going to say our local grocery store, if you sign up for their weekly announcements, you get a message every Sunday that it tells you all of the specials for the week.
And that's at your store, particular, right?
Yeah, that's our local Hannaford's, which is a New England grocery store. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
So
Jody.
you might go to the Publix website and see if you can sign up for, for their announcements, and then once a week they usually tell you what's on special for the week.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for all this information on shopping and couponing. Who has our next question?
This is Leslie.
Yes, Leslie.
I'm thinking about upgrading my iPhone, and I was curious, if I do that, do all the settings of my current phone transfer to the new phone?
Okay, who can help Leslie with updating his phone and transferring everything?
Raheel, and yes.
Raheel, wait. Raheel, please go ahead.
Yep. Yes, it does. You can, it helps, like, it's better that way, so your settings do transfer over when you're signing into the new device. So, yes.
Any other answers? Any other people who've done this?
This is Mary Alice.
Mary Alice?
I just got a new phone myself, and the apps transferred, but some of them I had to put my password back into the app in order for them to work.
Okay.
And I backed up my phone right before I went to the new phone. I backed it up in the iCloud, and not all the passwords came through.
Okay. I know
This
that
is Herbie.
when I did that, my books didn't transfer in Bard that I had downloaded. So, okay, Herbie.
So first of all, yeah, Bard books will not transfer over. That is definitely a known thing there. Passwords, you might still have to enter in some of your passwords on apps, but if you have keychain enabled through iCloud, then all your passwords will actually transfer over and you'll at least still be able to use autofill. So that's the trick with that, but there will be some passwords you might still have to actually enter for the first time, but the other information will be there, like the username or whatever, like especially with email accounts. Also, some things that you will have to reauthorize if you have cards attached to your Apple Pay, and in your Apple Wallet. Those you won't have to put in the whole card information, just the CVV number again to reauthenticate them. And otherwise, yeah, everything will transfer over. You will have to get used to VoiceOver being the default Samantha in the beginning when you get your phone, and it does help to have everything backed up to iCloud and whatnot, but
This is Marie.
yeah, everything.
Hello, this is
Wait.
Excuse me.
Let Herbie finish, and then there was a lady, and then Tim. So, Herbie, are you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to write her up. I thought he was finished before I said Marie.
Okay, hi, Marie.
Hi. When you transfer over to a new phone, it's not going to transfer everything unless you restore from the backup. And it'll ask you if you want to restore from an existing backup or if you want to set it up as a new device. So you want to be sure and do your backup, like say on your old phone before you transfer to the new one, and then select restore from the backup. And that will still not restore everything, but it'll restore a lot more.
Okay, and then Tim?
Yes, I apologize also for interrupting. I did not know that Herbie was not finished. Anyway, I wanted to add that your passwords and things like your credit card payment information should be able to transfer if you do a direct transfer from the old phone to the new phone, or if you do the transfer locally via a computer. If you have a Macintosh that you can use to back up the old phone and then restore from the new phone from the Macintosh, then you should be able to get your passwords and credit card information to transfer. But the important thing is that you have to use an encrypted backup. That's a separate checkbox that you need to select.
This is Liz.
Okay, Liz.
It's a security thing that you'll get logged out of several of your apps. That's normal because they want you to log in and verify your password again. It'll still be the same password unless you haven't changed your password in a while, in which case they will ask you to update your password. But it's a security thing. It's not that it's not working. It's for your security to make sure if somebody else is trying to update, get a new phone with your number and all of your information, they won't be automatically logged into everything.
Okay, we've had a lot of people give good information on their experiences of updating or changing or transferring information from one phone to another. So, Leslie, you have a lot there to work with. Hopefully, all of this has been helpful as you continue to decide whether or not to update and get a new phone. Okay, who has the next topic?
This is Kenny.
Kenny.
Yes, I would like to know, I had a person that was getting their messages read out loud by VoiceOver, and they did an update, and it doesn't seem to do that for them. They have turned their phone off and turned it back on and good stuff like that. And there used to be, in VoiceOver, read all notifications, but they've seem to have removed that.
Okay, who can help Kenny with this question?
Jake, I was looking at something.
Jake, wait to be recognized, Jake, please. Thank you. Jake, go ahead.
If you go into the verbosity settings, you should be able to change notification stuff.
Okay.
All right, I'll have to look at that. Thank you.
Okay. Another question?
This is Annie.
Hi, Annie. Go ahead.
You just mentioned that the Bard books will not transfer. Do you also mean the wish list or like the actual books? How about the wish list?
In answer to your question, I cannot comment about the wish list. All I can say is that the books I had downloaded were not on my bookshelf.
This is Jody.
Jody, go ahead.
Yes, the wish list books are listed on the library server. So when you go from one phone to another, you're not actually transferring the books. You're still accessing the wish list through the library server. Once you download the books onto your phone, then they go from the library into your phone. And so when you're updating from one phone to another, then they don't transfer from one phone to the other. So I always leave things in the wish list until I'm ready to read them for that reason.
This is Herbie.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Herbie?
Real quick, a very handy tool when you're transferring phones or you're accessing Bard from another device is, don't forget, you do have your download history that you can access, and so you can see what you've downloaded and re-download your books that way.
This is Annie.
Annie?
Okay, thank you very much for both, Jody.
Okay. Thank you, Jody, and thank you, Herbie. Yes, I learned that, Herbie, so thank you. Okay, who has the next question?
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
I've been going to the Amazon app lately, and VoiceOver will quit, and then it takes a while for it to come back. And I think that Amazon has, I don't know, made their app more complicated for some reason. So has anybody else noticed that VoiceOver will drop off and you have to slow down your access on the Amazon app?
Who can help Jody with Amazon?
This is Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah, I have noticed that it kind of freezes and nothing will happen. Yep, both Amazon and Audible, same company. Yep, for the last, I'd say, couple of months, it's been happening, and it's really annoying.
Okay.
Sarah, would that be with the 18.3.2 or an earlier update of the iOS? When you noticed this issue?
Probably the last one before today's.
Okay, that's 18.3.2. Okay, thank you.
.2, yes.
Yes.
This is Marie.
Marie?
I don't think it has anything to do with iOS because I notice it on my, excuse the expression, PC.
Don't
their
say
emails.
that.
When I open their emails, it does the same thing. It's like it momentarily freezes. And I think it may have something to do with some images or something that are at the beginning of it. So I have had it on the website and on opening one of their emails on my computer.
Okay.
So it's Amazon.
Okay. Jody, did you have something you wanted to say back?
No, I just think it's interesting. I think we should send them some feedback on that because, you know, it sounds like there is like a further complication in the software that makes it more difficult. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you all for Amazon and Audible information. Who has another question?
This is Marcia.
Yes, Marcia.
I'm not really good at this podcast stuff. My daughter put a bunch of podcasts on. I told her I wanted iBUG Buzz, but what has happened is on Tuesday they have the iBUG Mini Buzz, and that's the one I need the most because I'm playing with a big band at the time. And so I wanted to figure out how to get the Mini Bug Buzz where I could listen to it in another time, and also how far do I go back to when they started talking about the meta glasses?
Sandhya.
Okay, who can help?
This is
Marcia. Sandhya.
Yeah, that call is not recorded as of right now, so there is no recording to access, but that could change. So, but right now it's
okay. Thank you,
Sandhya. Buzz or the back buzz are not recorded. So.
Okay, thank you, Sandhya.
Yep.
Who has the next question?
This is Leslie.
Yes, Leslie.
By the way, thank you for everybody's input on updates. Also, that brought up a question. Herbie mentioned a keychain with iCloud. I'm not familiar with that. Can you give some more information on what that is?
Does anyone have information on keychain for helping Leslie?
This is Herbie.
Herbie?
First of all, it would be definitely a great idea to refer back to this last Apple workshop where I did a full demo of the Passwords app. Keychain is part of iCloud. It's what stores your passwords in an encrypted format, so they cannot be stolen. So, assuming you have iCloud backup on your phone, if you go to Settings and then double tap your name at the top, then go to iCloud. You'll see Keychain as one of the options, and it should be in the on position for it to store your passwords.
Okay, thank you, Herbie. Next, Pete. Yes, Pete.
Just wanted to point out, I believe that Apple workshop, Leslie, that Herbie was referring to, where he did the Passwords app demonstration. I believe the date was a week ago, Saturday, which would have been March 22nd.
That sounds right. It was sometime in March, I do know that. So.
Yes, my recollection is it was done recently, yes.
Yeah, March 22nd. It's called the Apple Workshop, and if you go to the iBUG.org, iBugtoday.org website, you can find it in the podcasts there, Leslie, or if you go to YouTube and search for iBug Today as a YouTube channel, you'll find there's various product lines, and Apple Workshop is the name of the product line, and the date would be March 22nd.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Herbie. Who has the next question?
This is Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, a question for Desi on her search for information on the record recordings. Have you ever tried looking at one of the AI platforms?
This is
Desi, are you
Desi.
there?
Yeah, this is Desi.
Desi.
No, I haven't. I really haven't played around with the AI platforms too much. I've had a whole mess of other things going on, so maybe I'll have to try that. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yes, thank you, Paul, for coming back in with that. A lot of different ways to find our answers and get our help and assistance. Okay, who has the next question?
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya.
Okay. Ring app. And I know
Ring app.
The Ring app, the Ring doorbell app. And I'm trying to I've never been good at this, so I managed to. So what I'm trying to do is, when you hear the doorbell ring and it's connected to the A lady, it'll say somebody's at the door, and then you. What I want to be able to do is answer the phone so I can find out if it's worth going to the door. So I practiced with my dad once, and it worked. I was able to answer and talk to him, but I could not reproduce that. So. Where do I have to go? Or, this is within the Ring doorbell app.
Okay, who can help Sandhya with the Ring doorbell app and able to answering the door from her phone?
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
Yeah, you can answer on the A lady, but you can also answer on your phone, but you have to go into settings and turn that feature on. And I don't remember where it is, but I think you go to the device specifically, and then under the device settings, then you can turn on that feature. I can go dig and see if I can find where it is, but I know that it is something you have to turn on.
Okay, well, thank you, Jody, and maybe you may help us with doing some homework there to dig for that.
This is Deb.
Deb.
So, Sandhya was trying to answer it on the A lady or on the phone.
Well, I think I think the A lady does it, but then she wants to do it from her phone. I think,
okay.
If I understood Sandhya's.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya.
Can't talk about the A lady here, so the question is whether you want to do it. I'm trying to do it from my iPhone. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
This is Kenny.
Yes, Kenny.
Yeah, the feature, they added that feature, and Jody highlighted that a good long time ago. And what that feature does, when you get someone rings your doorbell, it'll come into your phone as a phone call. So you would answer it just like a regular phone call, and you can talk back and forth. I forget what they call that feature. They added that a few months ago. But once you turn that on, it'll do that, and so you won't have to tap on a notification and go live and all that other stuff you used to have to do.
Okay. I'm aware of people answering their doorbell 300, 400 miles away when somebody comes to the front door and they're not at home. So I've heard of that.
This is Jake. I have a question.
Jake, okay, go ahead.
Now I heard that the Ring app also works with the Siri. So I wonder if you could just say, "Hey Siri, tell Ring to answer the door." Can you do that?
Okay, has anybody had that experience using Siri to answer their door? Anybody answer that? Not hearing anything, Jake.
This is Deb.
Deb?
So I don't know about answering it with Siri, but the answering part on your phone, I know that you have to have a Ring plan to be able to use that particular feature. And I think it is the one that costs $100 a year to be able to use that phone notification thing for the Ring.
Okay. Sandhya?
Yeah, I do have the plan, so I will go and check that telephone option because it just doesn't seem like I can get there quick enough or whatever. Because I know it used to be very complicated, and I think Kenny actually did a demo of answering the door with the Ring doorbell app. But thank y'all. I'll go and practice. So thank you.
Okay, a new topic, new question.
This is Pete.
Pete.
Just circling back to Desi's question about Apple Music and where to find details. Desi, I just pulled up at random Our House by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and down in the bottom there's the mini player. And if you tap on the button right below the name of the song, you'll find a More button and tap on it. And it will give you all of there's a lyrics button, which you said you'd already found, but then right below that, it will give you the details, the player, like it says Graham Nash, harpsichord, lead vocals, David Crosby, backup vocals, acoustic guitar, Dallas Taylor, drums, et cetera, et cetera. So it gives you all that kind of detail right down in the MIDI player, and just tap on a couple of those buttons and you'll find it.
Thank you, Pete, for that research.
It's still there.
This is Desi, and
Desi?
thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. I'll go play around.
Okay.
This is Sandhya. We're at 7:58. So we got
7:58.
Maybe time for one.
One more question? Okay, who has the last question of the first hour for the last Monday of March?
Raheel?
Raheel? Go ahead.
So with the Delta app, there's some changes. It says basic and then select. It doesn't say main button and then I can't, and then the price. It doesn't. I can't check out how much the ticket is to Dallas because it says basic main. It doesn't say main anymore. I think the Delta app updated that, so I was wondering if there's a workaround for that.
Who can help Raheel with the Delta app? Or who has used the Delta app to help Raheel?
Well, we might have to. This is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya.
We're at 8 o'clock, so why don't we come back?
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're at the top there. Wow, the hour has gone so fast. Thank you all for your wonderful questions and answers and learning and helping one another. And so at this time, I'm going to ask people to introduce themselves if they've come in during the first hour. Do we have any new people that have joined us?
This is Jody in New Hampshire.
Welcome.
This is Kenny in Missouri.
Welcome.
Kathy Tulsa.
Welcome.
Tulsa.
Welcome.
Paul. Mary Alice.
Gloria Houston.
Welcome.
Elizabeth from Newfoundland, Canada.
Welcome.
Vincent in New Jersey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Nikki, San Francisco.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Houston.
Welcome. I forgot to ask if we had any newcomers, any first-time callers this evening? Anybody out there that's a first-time caller? I didn't hear any new names. Okay, well, thank you all. Thank you. We're at the top of the hour for our break, and I think now we are going.
Isn't Leslie a first-time caller, or am I mistaken?
Leslie, I think I've heard Leslie's name before, but I could be wrong.
This
Leslie,
is
are you?
Leslie. Yes, no, I'm not first time, but thank you for all the answers you guys provided.
Okay.
This is Jerry from Vermont.
Hi, Jerry.
How you
Welcome.
doing, Ned?
Okay, now we are at the exciting, exhilarating, scintillating, big movie review. And so I want to welcome, where is our iBUG guy? Is our iBUG guy here?
Yes. Back again for another wonderful big movie reveal. We've got a great one coming up this Friday. Did we tell them already all the times and everything for the movie, Ned?
Yes. Sandhya did a great job on that.
Okay, great. I figured you guys did, so everybody knows when to show up and all that good stuff. Well, let's see. Normally I have a fun fact, but I didn't get a fun fact to share with you guys. There was had a Zoom meeting, interesting Zoom meeting this past weekend. Pete, Sri, and Ned were also in there, and they got to arguing about which one of them had the best memory. And Pete exclaimed that he had the best memory because he could remember when he was 4 years old in preschool. And then Sri comes back and says, I can beat that. I remember my first birthday party and eating my smash cake.
Wow.
And then Ned says, that's nothing. I remember going to the prom with my dad and going home with my mom.
Oh my.
Oh my. All right. Let's go. We are going to get ready for
and away he goes again.
He's up in the stratosphere.
Calling Michael.
There's one, there's two orbits. And he's back.
All right. Let's go. We've got some clues to figure out what this week's movie is going to be. And just like always, the rules. You can stay unmuted, but please keep it quiet background. We have 5 clues. You get 1 guess per clue. And you must say your name and wait to be acknowledged before guessing the title of the movie. And if you've been a winner in the last 3 weeks, you are not eligible tonight. And we want everyone to play tonight. Ooh, we got 50-something people here. So let's get some new people guessing on these. Here we go with clue number 1. Our film this week takes us back to that wonderful place we've had most of our movies in, the Big Apple. Back to the Big Apple. Oop, I left out part of the clue. And it is based on a novel by Evan Hunter. Okay, pretty quiet out there. Can you guys hear me? Anybody here? All right. I hear Julie. Here we go. Okay, we're moving on to clue number 2. The main theme of the film is juvenile delinquency and the challenges of inner city education.
Raheel? What about Chicago, the movie?
Chicago, the movie, is away far from the Big Apple, so probably not this week. Good try, Raheel. Yeah,
John?
go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Blackboard Jungle.
Blackbird Jungle.
Yes, John.
Is that what you said?
Blackboard.
Blackboard. Oh, yeah. Blackboard Jungle. Okay. I don't remember where it takes place, but it definitely is about juvenile delinquency and the challenges of education. Well, there have been several movies like that, John. Unfortunately, this week we will have to just say ding, 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 ding. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Got it on the second clue.
Good
job,
John.
We are going to be watching Blackboard Jungle.
Way to go.
Glenn Ford and Francis Lewis Calhern, and of course Sidney Poitier, Vic Morrow from what was that?
Alice.
Combat makes his debut appearance in the film.
What a great show.
So, yes. And of course, it was very controversial at the time when it came out in 1955 because of that theme. Plus, guess what they also introduced? Rock and roll music.
Oh, devil's music.
That was a big no-no back then. So we are going to live the controversy all over again this Friday night.
Living on the edge at iBUG.
And let's see, what do we have for John this week? For the winner, oh, look at there. One thing that Sidney Poitier's character, he's a budding pianist. Although he didn't own his own piano, we did procure the one that he played during the film. And at no cost to John, we added the iBUG logo to the back of the piano so it wouldn't deface it at all. And so he gets to have the original piano from the Blackboard Jungle.
Thank you.
All right, way to go, John. Congratulations. And we will be seeing everyone hopefully this, when is it? Friday. This Friday, April 4th. Be there. It's a short movie, too. Only an hour and 40 minutes. So looking forward to that. And with that, I must say later.
All over the world, and there's every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing on with myself. So let's sink another drink, 'cause it'll get me.
Thank you, Mr. iBug guy. Boy, going back to the 1950s, almost wants me to say goodbye, alligator. After a while, crocodile. So that was pretty popular.
Later.
Oh, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Okay, sorry, but I tried. Okay.
You tried.
Right. Okay. Now at this time, we'll have our iBug bite, and I'm gonna call on Sandhya Rao. Sandhya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ned. And we are getting ready for another iBug. And we are going to get started, and we'll have questions about the iBug Bite segment right after the segment. What a concept. All right, Julie, you got it? You can hear me, right? Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about how to add a person to your favorites list within the phone app. So maybe you have a family member or a friend or a significant other whom you call on a daily basis multiple times. In order to avoid having to go to your contact list and search for them and go through all that rigmarole, you can add them to a special category of contacts called favorites. And then it's a lot easier to just tap on their name, and there they are. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to go to the phone app.
Phone, 11 new items.
And then I'm going to double tap on that.
Phone, edit, button.
And you'll see on the bottom of this app, you have 5 tabs.
Tab bar, selected, favorites, tab, 1 of 5. Recents, tab, 2 of 5. Contacts, tab, 3 of 5. Keypad, tab, 4 of 5. Voicemail, 11 items, tab, 5 of 5.
Okay, so we know that we want the first tab, so we're going to go to favorites.
Favorites, tab, 1 of 5.
So I want favorites, so I'm going to double tap on that.
Selected, favorites, tab, 1 of 5.
All right, so now I can show you who are already in my favorites. You can start at the top.
Home, mobile, button, Anna Rao, iPhone,
My
button.
sister.
Hotu Rao, mobile, button. Vasa Rao, Rajeswari Rao, mobile, button. Michael McCullough, iPhone, button.
Oh, how did he get there? I'm going to fix that.
Brad Snyder, phone, button.
And Brad.
Tab bar, selected, favorites, tab, 1 of 5.
Currently, Brad is at the bottom of my favorites list, but don't tell him that. So now I want to add somebody, and I'm going to add somebody who's a big part of our iBUG team, and that's our X-Master, Herbie Allen. So let me look for him. So I have to start by finding him in my contacts.
Add button.
I did a 4-finger single tap near the top of the screen. And I went to the top, and the first button is edit. I don't want that. Swipe to the right.
Add button.
And there's the add button. So I want to add. So I'm going to double tap on add.
Add button. Lists, back button. Search field.
So now this is where I would type in Herbie's name. So
Cap H. E R.
Okay.
Search top name matches. Herbie Allen.
Top of the list right there. So double tap on that.
Select alert. Add to favorites.
Okay, so now you have some choices as to which manner of contact you want to reach Herbie. So let's see what they are.
Add to favorites.
So these are the things that you can add to favorite.
Message. Call. Video. Mail.
All right. So I didn't know this before, but there's a mail option. If there's somebody that you only send emails to, then you could put that there. But I normally like to talk to Herbie, so I'm going to put the phone option.
Call.
I like the call option. I'm going to double tap on that.
Call.
All right. Now, so then within the call option, there are different ways that you could call Herbie. So let's see those.
Call. Phone. FaceTime audio. Teams. WhatsApp. Cancel button.
So there are different options there, and I'm going to again just choose the phone. So let me go
phone.
Double tap there.
Phone.
And so
iPhone. Phone.
Within phone, there's another selection. If Herbie had multiple numbers or even just one number, it wants to make sure that that's what you want to use. So
iPhone 832.
Okay, I'm going to go with that one. Double tap.
Edit button.
And then let's see, I think it added it. So we're going to go to the list of my favorites.
Brad Snyder. Phone button.
Okay, so there's Brad.
Herbie Allen. iPhone button.
And now he has been added. Herbie is officially in my favorite. So previously, Brad was at the bottom of the favorites, and now Herbie is below Brad. So there you go. And so I hope that you will find this useful and try it out. All right. So we will open it up for questions. Anybody have questions? Say your name, wait to be recognized.
Liz?
Go ahead, Liz.
Does it still do when you're in the do not disturb mode, the people in your favorites can still disturb you?
I think so. I've been disturbed, so I think so. But if anybody knows different, I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead. Anybody else? Question about favorites. Oop.
Yeah, I get this to Jake.
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
As far as like disturbed, I think you can. There's settings and with favorites, like you can make it so that they can't get through, and then you can set it up so that they can.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anybody else? Questions about favorite? Do y'all just wondering?
This is Jody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you. That's really cool.
Okay, great. Thank you. Glad you liked it.
This Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
So I'm probably missing something, but so when you go to use this favorite, how does it make it easier? Do you just go to phone and then favorite and then the person?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So yeah, otherwise I'd have to go to contacts and then search and then type in Herbie and, all that. So you
right.
skip a step. Yeah.
You just go phone, favorites, and then their name.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And you can always use Siri, but, sorry. Oh no, she's gonna say something. Okay, but, but yeah, it just, I try to avoid using SIRI as much as possible. So I can just go to favorites and quickly go there. Yes, who's that? Thought I heard somebody. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is Ned.
Yes, Ned.
Yes, and favorites is located on the bottom there. It's over on the left, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you find, it's like a star or something, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It says favorites.
It's on the left. It's the one on the far left.
Far left. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I use it. Thank you.
Yep. And I think we had a question from, somebody was trying to call their daughter using WhatsApp. I forgot who that was now, but, this is where you saw the choices along the way. It used to be a whole lot simpler, but it was pretty interesting. So you got a lot of choices there. So Harvey, how do you feel? Oh, Harvey.
This is Vincent.
Go ahead, Vincent.
If you remove a contact name from favorites, does it remove it from contacts or just from favorites?
Just from favorites.
Thank you.
Anybody else? And then there's another feature. We'll probably be talking about that. You can order them and reorder them and have fun with that as well. Who knows? That could be another run where we go and delete Herbie from the favorites, So, okay. Anybody else? Just curious, do y'all already use favorites? Anybody? Or just go ahead and yell out, do you or don't you? Do you use favorites? Yes.
This is Ned, yes.
Okay.
Raheel and no.
Okay.
This is, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Marcia, and I use it because I have several calls that I do that have a code. So what I do is I have their number in there, and then under company, I put the code number because I would not be able to remember it. So when I go into favorites, it already has that in there for me.
Okay, very clever. Okay.
This is Karen. I have people in there, but I don't ever go in there for anything.
Okay, all right.
This is Cindy.
This is Jake.
Hang on, Cindy, you use favorites?
Yeah.
Got all your sisters in there, right? I don't know. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I have my mom and my brother in there in favorites.
All right. Do you ever think about throwing them out? I do.
Yeah, I have. I've deleted them and then put them back in.
Okay. All right.
Michael?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have my shrink in there.
Well, we're not surprised. Okay, anybody else? Final. Then we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program. It's all yours, Ned.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sandhya. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Great.
Okay, because I was muted during your iBUG button. I wanted to make sure I'm back online. So thank you.
Yep.
Okay, let's circle back before the halftime show. Raheel asked a question regarding the Delta app. Raheel, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, could you restate your question, please?
So it says, so when I open a Delta app and I go to book a trip, it won't let me continue with main. It just says basic main. Double tap to select, and I do that, and it doesn't get me anywhere. I think it updated automatically for some reason. I don't know what happened there.
Okay, who can help Raheel? I'm not hearing anybody.
This is Herbie.
Herbie.
Have you tried double tapping with the screen recognition turned on to see if that makes a difference?
Yeah, that didn't make any difference at all.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that we're not able to help you.
One more thing, Ned. It's
yes,
Raheel. What about with Southwest? When I'm on the app, is there a way that I could add that I am blind and low vision on the app, or does it have to be on the website using the computer and things?
Who has the answer to that using Southwest?
It's Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done it through the app, and you have to do it on each reservation. You can't like save it as a default to cover you all the time. Every time you make a reservation, you have to do it on each reservation you make.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So you can't keep your profile in the app. You have to update it every time you make a reservation in terms of what your needs would be for traveling. Okay. Who has the next question?
This is John. Excuse me.
Okay, I heard John, then I heard a female voice right before the male voice.
Delilah. Yeah, but you're gonna take John first.
Okay, John.
I'd just like to follow up that last question. If you do put you're blind or vision impaired on, for example, Southwest, what does that do? Does that put you over there in the priority waiting to board, or does it do any more? Thank you.
Who can answer John's question?
Michael.
Michael?
Yeah, it just lets them know that they'll probably ask you if you want assistance to the gate. Then, of course, once you get up at the gate, you get priority boarding if you want to get to board with the baby strollers and etc.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
It's John. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Delilah.
Yes, I just had an incident happen a couple of weeks ago. I'm going on a trip with 3 other friends, and the sighted friend, the other 2 are legally blind or totals. The sighted friend goes on the airline app and books us. And then when I go look at our reservation on there, everybody, well, he was okay. He didn't have any special needs. But the other 2 were blind. And I saw mine as hearing impaired. So I figured, okay, all I got to do is, I can fake that pretty good. Going, whatever, But should I really go in and change that or get my friend to do it? I probably don't even know how. But will it make any difference?
Who has an answer for Delilah?
This is Pete.
Pete.
I would think you'd want to go in there and set it right, D. I mean, I'm sure you could fake it pretty good. But
she's not only hearing impaired, she's blind.
Right, you got the double whammy. I'd go in and see and set it right, because there maybe they can give you audio description on on a movie or on one of the safety demonstrations or something. So I would just set it to whatever's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, Pete, thank you. Yes, I would reiterate that to have your information reflect accurately what your need would be. Okay, who has the next question?
This is Intisar.
Intisar, yes.
Last week, I asked the question about when I'm sending a message, if I do, when I go to click on the app and do audio message, and it will transcribe it without letting me hear it. So there was, I think, Pete and many people tried to help. I did go and I put, like never save it forever and all this good stuff. And I tried to do it again. So I notice if I am able to listen to it before I send it. But if I already had sent it, then it's just going to show me the transcribe. And I'm never going to be able to hear it again. And I thought maybe the next day I can, but I'm not able to. But it used to be different. It used to be you can hear it.
This is Pete.
Yes, Pete.
I will be quiet after this, I promise. But I did go in and I actually tried it. I sent Sri an audio message, and after I sent it, I went back to listen, and it was right there. It says audio message to Sri Roy, and it gave the time and the length, the duration of the message. I tapped on it, and I heard it. So nothing has changed on my phone. So again, maybe there's something in one of your settings that is just restricting it from being, in your sent list as an audio message. But I did follow up with Sri, and I even sent him a follow-up text afterwards saying apparently there's something else going on with Intisar's messages settings. So,
yeah,
sorry about that.
Okay, Intisar.
Yeah, because thank you. It shows me the time and the length and all that, but the transcription and not the voice. And I did it. I thought maybe if it's too long, if it's more than 1 minute, or did different things. But you're probably right, Pete. There's something different happening on my phone, and I don't know where. I don't know if anybody have an idea where I should go turn something on, or because I only can listen to it. I mean, I figured a way around it. I could listen to it before I send it, and then I send it. But thank you.
Okay. Pete, this is Ned. Pete, I have a question.
Yes, Ned.
Yes, going back to the being able to listen to it, is there like 2 or 3 different buttons you got to push to make sure are activated in order for her to hear it again?
I would need to dig into the actual settings, which would be in the settings app, and you go down to the apps button at the bottom, tap on apps, and then navigate down to messages settings. But Innie knows how to send. There's no problem in how to send an audio message because she reiterated.
Okay.
She spelled that out last week when she described the problem, and again she said that she did it again this time. But I would have to dig into the settings to see if there's something hidden, that either one of us is getting, and I'll be happy to do that, Innie, and let you know.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Okay, who has the next question?
Bridget.
Yes, Bridget.
Okay, I have a question about the Ring camera. I stay by the garage, so everyone on this side have to pass my door, and if they're close to my door, it goes off and goes off and goes off. So my kids, they just stopped it from my phone because I can't deal with noise like that. But I'm wondering, is that, and if they just physically touch the button on my the Ring so it rings, could I just hear that so it can ring into the phone and I can answer? Or that the same button or two different buttons?
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
Yes, Bridget. In the settings, you can turn on a motion alarm and you can turn on a ring alarm. And so if you don't want if you don't want your phone to make noise every time somebody gets near it, then you would turn off the motion alarm, but you would leave the ring alarm on so that if somebody presses the button, you'll hear it.
Oh, cool. So I can tell them to cut out. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Cut out. Can you repeat
Jody.
that? I'm sorry.
Jody?
Yes, this is Jody. Go have them go into the ring settings, and you have a choice of notifications of alarm or doorbell alerts or motion sensor alerts. So they can turn off the motion sensor and leave the ringer on so that you only hear the notification if somebody actually rings the doorbell, but it won't make any noise if there's motion detected.
Okay, thank you. I can deal with that. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, good. Okay, who has the next question?
This is
Yes, Sandhya.
all right. Trying to do an e-signature, and I'm okay. So it says so and so is trying to get your electronic signature. So you click on the thing, and then it tells you, okay, this is your signature, and then the main question, it says draw your signature. And I am like, these people I would think are, it's a rehabilitation agency, so I would think they're used to dealing with blind people, but now I'm just not so sure. So has anybody dealt with that? Like, where do you draw it? Because I tried drawing and
This is Jake.
Yeah.
Jay?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. I've had to deal with this drawing signature before. And when I did it, I was given the option to put it in, to type it. It said draw it, but then as I went down the line, it said you could type it in because it had a disability and accessibility setting. This was, obviously about 4 years ago. But you should be able to type it in as opposed to drawing it in, like your initials or your name.
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya?
They already had like my name typed out and my initials already there. So it seems like they want something else, but I don't know. Well, okay, I'm going to have to check that out, figure it out. Thank you.
Yeah, because sometimes they might want you to when I did it, they're like, resubmit your initials. Now, the thing is, though, with these signature things, it's all designed by, probably DocuSign, but then when it goes on their website, they make changes to it. So it probably is all the companies, they do it differently, probably. So
Okay. My experience has been just simply typing my name in, and then I check a little box acknowledging that that's my electronic signature. I've never been asked to draw something, so interesting. Who has the next question?
Arlene.
Arlene, yes.
Hi. I have a question from last Tuesday's glasses meeting thing.
That would be another, you mean the meta glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be another time because that device has its own time on the mini buzz, I think.
Yeah, I know, but that's only every 2 weeks, so I just thought if I asked the question, you wouldn't notice, but that's okay. Thank you anyway.
Okay, thank you, Arlene. Thank you for your patience.
Who said I have patience?
I appreciate it. This is one teacher talking to another teacher, Arlene.
Yes, I know.
Okay, who has the next question?
I have a question.
Somebody's whispering.
That's Arlene.
Oh, Arlene, yes. You have a question?
Well, you said I couldn't ask it.
Oh, this is you want to go back to the glasses thing, right? No. Okay. Okay. If nobody has a question, I have a question. And I've noticed this since 18.3.2. It has to do with my emails. I use the native app for my emails, and it'll say at the bottom, you have one unread email. It'll say in the doc, you have one unread email. So I go to my inbox, and there's nothing there. So then I go to my all mail, and there it is. There's a email sitting there that's unread. So then I read it. And then when I go back to my inbox, there it is. It shows up as having been read. It's happened about 3 times, and it's happened since I did the 18.3.2 update. So I'm just wondering if anybody else has had that issue with an email not being in their inbox, but in their all mail.
This is Marty.
Marty.
So what I do, Ned, because I have that sometimes, and I just go into the lower left-hand corner. It says toggle filtering off. So I double tap on that, and the default filtering is unread. It says toggle filtering on unread. And then usually the unread message will show up there. And I don't know where, but that usually works.
Okay, thank you.
And then you just toggle it, and you just toggle it back off again when,
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
This is Deb.
Yes, Deb.
So I had a thing of, and it's another thing about that filter that Marty was just talking about. So I had some unread messages, and I started to go back in there and read one, and it was gone, and I couldn't figure out where it went to. And I looked in that thing to see if it was changed to categories or some weird thing like that. And then I looked down there at the bottom, and that filter had got turned on. And I don't know if it was something that just inadvertently got turned on, but that thing was turned on. And when I turned that filter back off and then looked again, my message was back up there at the top where it should have been. So I don't know where it went. I looked in the junk and the trash, and it wasn't anywhere there, and I even searched for it, and it didn't bring it up. So I don't know. It was just kind of a weird thing. That filter just changed for some reason. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't in an update. It just happened actually earlier today. So I don't know if it's something weird going on with it or if I did it somehow. I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you. Who has the next question? Any issues with apps or any new apps that people have experienced or discovered?
It's Deb.
This is Helene.
Okay. Helene?
Go ahead. Yeah.
When I go into email, I know someone spoke about this before. It says, when I go to read it, it says promotion, and then it reads me email. Is that something I have to turn off?
Who can answer Helene's question? So is that in your when you're scrolling down and you see an email and it'll say promotion?
Yes, this is Helene.
Helene?
It has just all the, I thought it was one email, but it seems to be all of them. When you double tap to, when I want to read an email, the first word I hear is promotion or promotions. I'm not sure if it's an S at the end.
Right.
Jody?
Yes, Jody.
Yeah, Helene, have you gone to more and gone to list? Instead of seeing the category view, you can go back to the old style where you go to more in the upper right-hand corner and then tap on list, and then it will show all of your emails in the usual order without categorizing them.
This is Helene.
Helene?
Yes, I did do that, but maybe now that it updated it, I have to do it again. I forgot, how do you get to more? Do you have to flip a finger up or do a
Jody.
Jody?
Yeah, when you're in your inbox, you go to the upper right-hand corner, you tap on more, and then you have the choice between category and list view, and you want to go to list. And the other thing too is I think that the categories are also set with Apple Intelligence, and I think you can turn that off too. And I'm not sure, but I think it might be under the Siri settings, but somebody else might know that better than I do.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Helene?
Yes, this is Helene. I just have one more question about Siri making so many mistakes and calling a different name when I want to do things, but it's crazy that it just doesn't, either not hearing it correctly or, and when I say no, I mean, it's too late. It just goes right there and I have to find end, and then I just hang up on whoever it was calling. Does anyone else have Siri needing a hearing aid?
This is Innie.
Innie?
Yeah, I don't have the hearing aid or any of that, but I have been noticing that Siri, the same thing for me. I ask her to call this and that, and she sometimes it's completely different and call, and I was like, no, and I'm quickly hanging up. It's been happening a lot with Siri when asked to call phone numbers. Yes, I agree. And then it make me go to phone and go to recent, and because I know, and then I find them that way. It's a quicker than going through the contacts. So I don't.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Who, Innie?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know if it's some bug with us. Hey Siri.
Hope you didn't wake anything up.
This is John.
John?
I've had that same problem, and it is maddening. So
I think Sandhya was ready to say something.
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya?
I was just going to make a plug for the iBUG segment that we did today. So create some favorites and it'll be a lot better than dealing with you-know-who. So, there.
Yes, because you mentioned you try to use her, not lose her a lot. So, yes. Okay. Well, we've had a lot of questions over the Monday buzz calls about the SIRI lady. So, and she has her moments and causes a lot of frustration. So,
this is Pete.
Pete.
On a subject other than SIRI.
Yes.
I wanted to get back to Intisar again on the audio message. Innie, I just tested it again on Sri. He's going to get tired of hearing from me. But after I sent it, it was listed in my inbox as an audio message with the time and the duration. And as I flicked to it, it started reading the transcript, like you said, right? But when you tap on it, you double tap on it, that's when you hear the audio. So I'm wondering if you're not double tapping on it after you flick to it in your sent list of your messages app, then you need to do a one finger double tap in order to trigger the audio to start playing. So try that.
Okay, Pete. Thank you for that follow-up.
This is Innie. I will try, Pete. Thank you.
You definitely have to double tap on it to hear it. Good luck.
Yeah, I think I have been, but I'll play some more with it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pete, for doing that in real time. Who has our next question? Maybe a new topic.
This is Innie.
Innie?
Yes, I wanted to say something positive. You were asking earlier if anybody had done an app, a new app or something that could share. I had mentioned that before, but I've been using Ali or Eli or Ali when that that new app that Envision brought up, and this last weekend we were out of town, and she was great. I usually, when I go to the bathroom, I use Be My Eyes to ask them about the soap and the lotion and the shampoo and all that. But this time I just says, talk to Ali. And first she said, it's too dark. So I turned the light on. And then I was showing her the soap, and she said, there's two, Spencer. And I said, tell me which one shampoos. And I held it, and she said, hand soap. And no, she said hand. Oh, I'm trying to remember, but it's hand soap and then hand lotion on the on the left and on the right. It gave me the perfect. So I just kept using her. I mean, my husband was there, but I was giving him a break and just using my phone and for the temperature. So again, I wanted to say how great and accurate she is. I also later on asked her for finding the nearest breakfast place and so in Antrim, and she did great. And I think that's the thing they brought out recently in Vision with their Ali, or it's like an AI. And the voice I use is Leah.
Thank you, Annie, for that information. Has anybody else used the ALLY app? Okay, who has the next question?
This is Dee.
Yes, Dee.
Okay, in reference to what Annie was just talking about, that Ali app, do you go download that particular app, or do you go to Envision app and do it from there?
Who can help Dee? How do you get the Ali app on your phone?
This is Annie.
Go, Annie. I just wanted to say it's pronounced ally.
Ally, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pete. Okay, Annie?
I just got an email from Envision when they first got her approved, and they said, and I clicked on it right there. But I think it's just in the App Store. It's right there under Envision. And how did you say, Pete? How you say her name again?
Ally, as in
Ally.
Yeah, like a friendly country, like an ally.
This is
an ally.
This is Ned. I think when you go to the App Store, you might have to say Ally Envision because there might be other ALLY there. I mean, there might be other information.
Yes.
So you want to make sure you get the right one. So you'd say Ally Envision. So I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Who has the next question?
This is Deb.
Deb.
If somebody else was trying to speak, Ned, take them, because I was just going to make a comment. But I think somebody else was trying to come in too.
I heard a sound, but I didn't know if they had said a name.
Maybe not. I thought I heard something too. I got a notification of an app called Envy, spelled E-M like mother, V-I. And it sounds like it's another AI type app that was developed in Belgium, and it has a 2-week free trial. I haven't downloaded it or tried it. It also carries a subscription, and this email that I got was offering a lifetime membership for $200. I'm not sure that's would be a good purchase, but anyway, it's for 2 weeks you can use it and see if you like it, and it is supposedly really good, but I don't know because I haven't downloaded it. I didn't know if anybody else had heard about it, and it stands for Empowering Visually Impaired is what they said. So EM for empower and then visually. So
okay,
that's all.
Thank you, Deb. Has anyone heard of that app? Have information on that app? Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that information. Who has our next question? I'm sure somebody has an issue, a problem, something they're dealing with, something that's not working, or maybe something is working well. Sandhya.
I think Vanessa was the one trying to unmute. Vanessa?
Vanessa?
Yeah, she's unmuted, so.
Yes, it's okay. Actually, I had to hang up and call back, but the question was answered. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Vanessa.
Okay.
And this is Sandhya. We're
Sandhya.
3 minutes before the end, so.
3 minutes before the end.
This is Jake.
Yes, Jake.
Back to that app. What was the name of the app?
I believe it was MVE. E as in Edward, M as in Mother, V as in Victor, I as in Igloo. I think she said it was empowering visually impaired is what it stands for. EMVI.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Amanda.
Yes.
So I have an Apple Watch and I'm wearing my watch and I raise my hand and I ask it a question and my iPhone across the room will answer me. And if I'm talking to my phone, my iPad across the room will answer me. And I'm just wondering, what am I doing wrong? Why is the wrong device responding?
Okay. Who can help her to get the correct device to respond? Yes.
This is Marty.
Yes, Marty.
I think what the problem is because usually the devices are connected or shared. So when you're using the SIRI with your watch, the other devices will answer. What I try to do is put my watch close to my face.
Sandhya.
Sandhya.
Time to go. Time to wrap it up.
Okay, thank you, Marty, for that information. Thank you. Thank you all for your questions and answers and help. It's been a great meeting, and I'll now turn it over to Sandhya for final announcements.
All right. Thank you, Ned. All right. So real quick recap. So hang on. Right after this call, we're going to have the After Buzz. Tomorrow we have the Mac Buzz from 5 to 6. Then Thursday is iBUG Trekkie Talk from 7 to 8:30. Then that's season 1 of Voyager. And then the movie we're watching is Blackboard Jungle. And our iBUG Unplugged is Melodies and Memories on Saturday night. So we got a busy week ahead. So be careful. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day. So, be on the lookout. All right, we're going to say goodnight. And Ned, thank you so much. Did an awesome job. And we are going to hand it over to Julie.